Hello friends and welcome again to Pro Coding with Rahul, and today we are going to learn about Python control flow statements or loops in Python. And in it we are going to have a look at the if statements, if else statements, for loops, do while loops, and then we'll be looking at the Python inbuilt help system. It is a handy help system and I would be telling you about the details of it, how to access it and all. So stay tuned with me. So let's begin. Here is the syntax of the if statement, and the syntax is quite simple. You just give an if and then you specify the condition and then colon and then the other statements, statement 1 2. Then again, if you want to add something else in the if condition, we can use elif, not else if, it is elif. And then again we specify the condition and then statement 1 2 3 4, whatever code you want to specify, and finally we use the else statement, and we use the other statements here to terminate the if loop. So if we just look at a simple if loop, very basic if loop, it will show you like this. See, global name age. Now global is one of the variables which defines the variables as the global variables. Their scope is global to the program. So here I am specifying name equals to string input, please enter your name. Age equals to integer input, please enter your age. Now here comes the if loop, and here I have used two conditions basically. If name equals to none, or name is nothing specified for the name, then we print here as please provide a name, and then we again ask the user to input the proper or valid name here, and then we again open another if loop, and then we ask it for the age. See, actually these are the very basic statements for if uh, loops, you just to make you understand how it works. So if age is smaller than equal to 0 and age is equal to none, or age is nothing specified for it, then we want an input from the user. So we ask the users to input something here, and then we print that input to the screen. So let's look at the programs that we have. I've already written a few programs here. So here is one of the basic programs for a loop with if and for statements. We'll come to the for loop later on, but here in this program we are using if nested in the for loop. So what this program does is it will count from 1 to 100, and we have specified one condition with if x is greater than 50. Say for example, if x is equal to 51, then it will print that x has reached the value of 50, and it will break the loop by break statement. So will otherwise it will print else. Okay, else print x. So we are going to run this program and see what it prints. So I'll do from idle run F5, and as you can see, here is the output of the program. For loop 1 2 3 4 till 50 it has printed on the screen, and then it says x has reached the value of 50, and hence breaking the loop. This is how if statement works. And as a bonus, you can see for loop is also there, which has initiated the entire loop and controls the program. So we are going to look into the for loop next, and I'll keep on providing you the input on the if loop as well. So all these statements together make the program much more beneficial and useful for the users. So here is the program for if statement, and you can see that there are global variables defined here, name and age, and we have started name is equal to none. If condition is this, like if name is equal to none, or if name is not specified, then we ask the user to provide a valid input. And similarly we have done for age, wherein we have opened the if statement, and then we have compared whether the age is smaller than 0 or age is none, or if age is not defined, then it will print to provide the user a valid age. And After the program has executed, it will print the entire statement. We saw this variables earlier, name and age, and then it will we also saw the format function before when we had the sessions for it. So you can refer to those sessions for this particular function, how it works and how it operates and how we are using it. So let's go ahead and hit run to run this command, or rather run this entire program. So it will ask us for entering our name. So I'll add my name as Rahul, and I'll enter my age as 0. So if I enter the age as 0, it will ask me to enter a valid age. So if I input the age as 25, so it will print the entire statement as your age is 25, your name is Rahul, and your age is 25. So if we do not use the global variables as name and age, it will print 0 for the age, because it will be accepting the first value of the age, that is for the input statement. If we have added 0 here, then it will only print 0 on the screen. So instead of 25, what you will be seeing is 0. So we have added the global variables, so it keeps on updating the variables, because we have already specified here, like again, age is equal to the same input that we want before from the user. So it will print 25 here. So I'm sure you're getting these programs easy, isn't it? So let us revisit the example that we took and saw in the beginning of the video for and if loop combined. If loop is nested here, and in this program, as you can see, the for x in range is a function in range, and that function, what it does is, when we specify two values like 1 and 100, then it will find out the value of x between these two integers, and if x is greater than 70, then it will break this loop and it will exit. So this is how it will work. So these short programs with for, else, if and other kind of loops like while are really essential for the entire programming workflow. By programming workflow, I mean we can have the problem areas defined for certain accomplishing a certain workflow, and we can effectively use these loops to mitigate all those problems easily. So let's go ahead and run this now, and it will terminate the program after it has reached 70. As you can see, it has terminated the program after it has reached 70. So now let us look at the second for loop demo. So in this program, I will share all these demos with you in the description box, so don't worry about these. These are very simple programs here. So these will be shared in the description box of the video, so you can just copy paste them into your Python file, which is with the extension like for_loop.py. .py is the extension for Python file, as we have already known about that, and you can just execute them. In this particular program, we have created a fruit basket with a number of fruits here like apple, mango, strawberry and banana, and we are iterating over the for loop for fruits in fruit basket. Now fruits is a variable which Python interpreter understands quite easily, that we are specifying fruits as a variable here, and then it prints the length. Len is again a function, and it prints the length of each list item here. This particular thing what we have written is called as a list, Python list, and it holds a bunch of items in Python. So now what it will do is it will print the length of all these fruits. For example, apple, it will say 5, for mango it will say 5. So let's go ahead and run this particular module. So we run it with F5, and we see that it has printed 5, 5, 10 and 6. So 5, 5, 10 and 6. Okay, so it's quite simple and it's very useful. These programs are very simple to write, but at the same time they are doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. The interpreter is working really hard and doing a lot of stuff here. So let's have a look at the while loop example here. We have specified this like I equals to 20, another variable which is integer. Then we have a counter variable which starts at 1 and the counter count here is equal to 0. Then there is while statement that I've used. This will loop on the counter for a particular condition. If counter is smaller than equals to I, it will increment the counter inside the loop. Now what happens is loop could be condition controlled or collection controlled. What is a condition controlled loop? Condition control loop is equal to the loop which is basically true or false. If the condition is true or false, and the collection oriented loop is loop through an array of elements or list etc, which we just saw earlier for the for loop, wherein we had a number of items inside the list and then we iterated over each of the item and printed their length there. So what this while loop does is it is a condition control loop here. So it will check whether the particular condition, the counter condition, is true or false. If it is true, it will do something as we have specified here, like it will break this program and then it will print the value of the counter. And we have already added the print statement here, and the counter is being counted with value of string. Now the counter count is string counter count. Print counter will count was counted till, and this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this program. So counter is being counted with the value of 2. Now the counter count is 1. Then it will say 1 plus 2 is 3. Then the value is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. Then 5. Then 10 plus 5 equals to 15, and so on. It will count and print the values. The counter was counted till 20. Now the counter count is 190. So it has counted everything, like 119 plus 171 is equal to 190. So it counts after each count is incremented. So I hope you have understood these programs. These all programs would be available inside the details of the YouTube video. So we have reached the end of the program. Now I am going to quickly go through the help system of the Python interpreter, which is inbuilt. It is very handy and it's very intuitive and informative as well. So to access the help system, you just have to type help and in the curly braces and just give it an enter. Now as you can see, the interpreter prompt has changed from this to help. Now whatever you specify your modules, keywords, symbols or topics, they would be displayed here. So for example, I specify global and I just specify enter. Then the information about global and its syntax would be available over here. The global statement is a declaration which holds the entire current code block. So this is one of the handy help things that is available in Python. Similarly, we can check out information about class. You just type class and just do an enter. Now whatever output it has available with this interpreter and help, it has been squeezed. See, it says like squeezed text 77 lines. So if you want to see the text, you need to double click on this particular item and then it opens up the help system for that particular item. A class definition defines a class object, and then it will show you the syntax about class definition and what it is, so how you can define the classes in Python and so on. So this is really a handy system that comes inbuilt with Python. And you can also see like there is pep 3115 meta classes in Python 3000 and other peps about which we have talked in the previous videos what peps are. So you can refer to those videos and get the details about peps. Now this is really a handy help system. You can get help about anything that you want to check and all. And if you want to quit this help system, you just need to type quit and you return back to the Python interpreter. Easy and simple. So my friends, I hope you have learned quite a bit about the Python loops and other structures like control flow statements in Python in this section, and I hope that it makes this pretty clear how you can use it. Though this is a basic class, we will go into the advanced loops and everything in some of the later versions of the class. So stay with me. Thank you.